Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 100 Yards of Football. You're watching our draft prospect show, and today we're going to talk about Azareye'h Thomas, a cornerback out of Florida State University. Now, Florida State's had some tough times here. Remember, they were just a vote away from getting to play for a national championship, and that following year, they end up struggling a little bit. But one of the corners who stayed and played as well as anybody could, Azareye'h Thomas. We're going to talk about him today. Logan Landers is our producer and engineer, and our co-host, founder, is Vincent Turner. And Vincent, this young man, 6'2", he's 198 pounds. That might be right at 200 by now, but he's only a junior. He's decided to come out early. Tell me why he would want to do so.
Hey, he's probably maybe, if you're looking at maybe the one of the two top corners in this draft. And what I like about him, Florida State had a real tough year this year. We know how the season went, but he was competitive week in and week out. And the story about this young man is unbelievable. It's going to be one that, hey, your dreams can come true if you keep working and you got great mentors in your life. He's the brother of Jawan Thomas, the young man that got a degree out of Georgia Tech, is right now starting safety for the Dallas Cowboys. They grew up a real tough situation in Fort Walton Beach, but this young man is a football player. Out of the same high school as Lewis Billups, Kevin Knox, sideline reporter Pam Oliver, Craig Page. So you know there's something in that water that people don't give up right there. But getting back to his skill set, I love his size, man. He one of the best press corners in this draft, maybe the best. And I don't have to say no more, Hawk. Look at the tradition he had to live up playing that spot, the boundary corner at Florida State. Bobby Butler, Cliff Abraham, Terrell Buckley, Antonio Cromartie, your former teammate, Deion Sanders, Brian McFadden. That's a lot to live up to, brother. And even when your team not winning this year, and this gentleman still pull up 53 tackles on the year, one interception, 4 pass breakups. I understand why they're crazy about him. All you got to do is go look what he did this past week at the Senior Bowl. Back to you, Hop.
Yeah, the stats, don't be misled by them. 2 years ago, he played really well, 29 tackles. He forced a fumble. He pass deflected 10 different situations. He had half the sack, but this past season, the numbers were a little bit lower. But the drop off from Florida State was pretty significant. So what do I bring to the table if I'm Azareye'h? You mentioned some of the accolades that are a part of the tradition of playing defensive back there at Florida State University, having family members that are in the National Football League. He is a physical press corner, period. He can make opponents have to go around him and can't go through him. He has mastered multi-techniques in terms of his back pedal, his stick it when he has to stop somebody right at the snap of the ball, his ability to change direction and make adjustments when a receiver makes a move on him, all top of the charts with all of them. He's very physical at the line of scrimmage. He has an excellent back pedal. He can change direction well in zone to go make a play. And he's a competitive tackler as well, Vincent. He's a guy that's not afraid to put his head, shoulders, or his body in the way of a runner. So all those things and more are a part of what you're going to get with Azareye'h Thomas.
Not a guy that's going to give up, man. As I said, what sticks out to me, he still played at a high level, born July 6th, born in July. I know, obviously, he's got a lot of heart because the two gentlemen right here, both of us are born in July, so I don't have to say nothing about that. And when you talk about a physical guy pressing at the line of scrimmage, Lester Hayes, Mark Haynes, Bobby Taylor, even the guy you told me a little bit about, Harp, Albert Lewis. He's got all those skill sets. And when you're looking at how the game is going in the National Football League, you need these type of corners. Guys are going to get up in these receiver face and press them hard at the line of scrimmage. And he's got a brother that's playing at a high level with the Dallas Cowboys. Can't say no more. Love the young man. Love his ability. And I think he's going to be a player at the next level. Back to you, Mr. Harper LaBelle.
Yeah, working out now and getting himself ready for the combine, really critical because there are some things he's going to have to work on. Everybody does. But His footwork sometimes appears to be stagnant at times. Someone will say that he has a slower hip turnover compared to some others at the same position. His acceleration to stay with corners that are incredibly fast, that's a weakness that he has that he's got to work on. Overall speed, he's not the fastest guy out there. And his eye, he's got to develop a more disciplined eye where he doesn't go on the pump fake or bite on some of the moves that are made in front of him from a wide receiver. All those things can be worked on, and those are just minor tweaks that he would make to his game. What he does well, his cover skills, his length. You can't help it if you got longer arms than everybody else, but I'm telling you right now, his ability to set and put pressure and readjust the receiver at the point of attack, his body control, his ability to work wide receivers to the point where they have to work harder to get open. That wears them down. And after 2, 3, 4 quarters of that, that's a difference maker where he's physical and they have to be. And many receivers don't want to be physical. They just want to get open, make the catch, get as many yards as they can. And they will begin to drop balls if they have to fight to be able to get open. It happens all the time. So this is one of those things that a young man like Azareye'h, it comes with the package. So if a team that's looking for a cornerback that has a starting, he will be the shutdown corner, may not have it right away, but he could develop into that, right, Vincent, as a guy in the next couple of years, maybe that number one cornerback that you would need on defense.
Proper coaching, getting into a good system, this guy could be pretty good at the next level. I'm talking about a Pro Bowl player. When I look about him and I think about him, he's outstanding in the phone booth. What I mean by that, at the line of scrimmage, you're gonna have a hard time getting past him and keeping people in front of him. This is a very good football player coming from a very good background. Already has a sibling that's playing at a high level. What more do you don't like about the young man? Back to you, Mr. Harper LaBelle.
Yeah, if we're going to sum it up, here's a cornerback that doesn't need a whole heck of a lot of work, and he can play on the outside. And if you have a plethora of guys, and you never have enough defensive backs, but if you have him and you put him in a slot, or he's big enough to where maybe even to be an upfield 8 in the box type of safety position, where he would be able to cover a tight end or an H-back, I think you've got the size, the ability to be able to accomplish that very quickly in terms of your defensive prowess and the scheme that you want to put together. So Azareye'h Thomas, coming from Florida State University, we wish you all the best, young man. You've got a bright future in front of you, a couple things to tweak and get better. And once they are improved upon, you can stay in that league for as long as you want to. So good luck to you. So Vincent Turner, for Logan Landers, our producer and engineer, I'm Harper LaBelle. Say thank you for tuning into our draft prospect show on 100 Yards of Football. Have a great day, everybody.